Do you ever feel like your home has become a battlefield? One moment your kids are giggling over crayons or building forts, and the next, give it back! You broke it, Mom! And suddenly you are right back in that exhausting cycle. Refereeing, yelling, feeling guilty, and then sitting on the couch at the night wondering, why can't they just get along? Or worse, is it me? Am I doing something wrong? I've been there more times than I can count. Let me tell you something that changed everything for me and for the families I coach. Your kids' fights are not the real problem. The real problem is that no one ever taught us what sibling fights actually are. They're not just noise. They're not just bad behaviors. They are attempts to connect, to matter, to be seen. But your child doesn't yet have the skills or the language to say, Mom, I need help feeling heard. Or, Mom, I'm overwhelmed and I don't know what to do with this anger that's coming up in my body. So it comes out in hitting and grabbing and screaming. Here's a neuroscience-backed truth. Peace is not the absence of conflict. It's the capacity to cope with conflict. If you're discouraged and wondering why conscious parenting is not working, I want to say this gently. It's not you. You're simply missing the emotional framework no one gave us growing up. So today, I'm going to walk you through why your kids keep fighting even when you've tried everything. What's really happening in their brains and bodies during those conflicts, so important. And the 3-step method I teach inside the Authentically Parenting Community that actually ends the chaos. We'll also go through how to build emotional intelligence in the heat of the moment, and most importantly, how to stay calm when every fiber of your being wants to snap. Let's start with a scene from my own home. My daughter and my son were playing Legos together peacefully. I stepped away to take a quick call. Within 2 minutes, my daughter shouting and my son was crying. You broke it! You ruined everything! It was mine! Old me would have rushed in. And first thing I would have done is shamed and blamed and I said, what happened? What are you guys doing? You can't keep it quiet for 2 minutes? I was on the phone. Who started this, right? That's it. No more Legos. I'm taking it all away. But this time I paused because I knew the Lego tower wasn't the real issue. It wasn't. It never is. Here is what neuroscience reveals. When children feel connected and regulated, their prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for problem solving, empathy, stays online. But the moment they feel powerless, ignored, or overwhelmed, their survival brain takes over. So they fight, not because they're bad kids, but because their nervous system is dysregulated and their needs aren't being met. They're not saying, I hate you. They're saying, I don't know how to say what I feel. This shift in understanding changes everything. Think about your child's behavior like an iceberg. You know, what you see is the yelling and the hitting and tattling. But underneath, I want to matter. I don't know how to share. I feel jealous. I'm afraid you love him or her more. And if no one teaches them how to handle that, how could they possibly know? Right? So there are 3 hidden lessons in every sibling fights that I really want to share with you. Let's shift our lens. Instead of asking, how do I stop the fight? Ask, what is this moment here to teach? Right? So these are the 3 emotional intelligence lessons buried inside every sibling conflict. Number 1 is how to express needs without dominating. Here's a story time. My son once shouted, I hate you, at his sister. He was red-faced and shaking. The old me would have corrected the words, but the conscious me sat down next to him and gently asked, what were you trying to say with those words? He was quiet for a few seconds and then he said softly, I just wanted her to let me play too. Boom. There it was, right? Perfect teaching moment. We talked about it and I said, hey, use your brave voice. And next time, say, can I play with you, Didi? Or can I have a turn when you're done? Can we put a timer, 5-minute timer? And then when the timer goes off, can I have a turn, right? Teaching them the skills to problem solve. Number 2 is how to hold big emotions without hurting someone. Kids are allowed to be mad, but they're not allowed to be mean. You can say it's okay to feel mad. I won't let you hurt your brother. Let's dump the anger into the floor instead of throwing. Here's a real moment. One day, my son threw a book, not at anyone, but out of frustration. Instead of punishing, I offered him presents. Your body's telling me you're full of feelings. Let's move through them together. Parents, this is not permissiveness, it's emotional leadership. Number 3 is how to repair and reconnect after a fight. Conflict isn't failure. It's the beginning of emotional maturity. After a big fight, guide your child toward repair. What can you do to help your sister feel seen again? Is there something you want to say about how you felt? After one meltdown, I overheard my daughter say, I'm sorry I yelled. I didn't mean it. And my son replied, I didn't mean to break it. Do you want to start over? That's it. That's the goal. That's it. Not perfection, but repair. Truly gold. So, what do you do in the moment? Here is the framework I teach inside the community. I want you to get your pen and papers because this is so important and this is something parents pay me to understand this. So get your pens and papers out. I'm giving it away. Ready? Number 1 is don't play referee. Be the coach. Instead of picking sides or asking who started it, get curious. Say, let's take a breath first. What are you feeling when that happened? Let's slow down and hear each other. You're not solving a crime. You're teaching emotional awareness. That's all it is. And number 2, and this is such an important one, use the 3 R's framework. This is something I teach in super depth inside one of the trainings, the anxiety training I did. But here I'm going to give it to you as much as I can. First R is regulate. Offer a drink of water, invite a calming breath, use grounding touch, feel my hand on your back. We're okay. The second R is relate. Name their emotions. You felt left out, huh? You wanted connection but didn't know how to say it. And the third R is repair. What can we do to feel connected again? How do we clean up what just happened? When practiced regularly, this becomes second nature to your kids. So powerful, and it will help in every and any relationship, not just sibling conflicts. Number 3 is create a family conflict phrase. In our home, it's we solve problems with words, not hands. Repeated when things are calm, it becomes part of their inner voice. And science backs this up. Repetition of calm, connected phrases during emotional moments rewires neural pathways. You're literally helping their brain grow stronger pathways for peace. Alrighty, and let's get real now. Let's get real for a moment. Your kids' fights don't just stress you out. They often trigger something deep inside. Maybe you were blamed for everything growing up. Maybe no one ever listened to your side. Maybe you were the peacekeeper's child. So when your kids start yelling, you don't just hear them, you hear your past. And you wonder, why am I so angry? Why do I feel so helpless? Here's the truth. You're not broken. You're unlearning. Every time you pause, take a breath, and choose connection over control, you're not just stopping a fight. You're healing generational patterns. You're becoming the parent you needed and the parent your children deserve. I know this work is deep and is not easy, but it is sacred and it does change everything. Because when your kids learn how to say, I was mad, but I still love you, let's fix it together. You're no longer just managing conflict. You're building resilience, empathy, emotional intelligence, and that changes who they become in every relationship for life. If you're ready to go deeper and master handling sibling fights without losing your cool, join the Authentically Parenting Community for just $7 a month. I just dropped my exclusive 15-step protocol that will transform how you manage sibling rivalry once and for all. You will gain clarity on what really triggers the fights. You will learn exactly what to say in the heat of the moment, and you will get powerful tools to create lasting peace in your households. If today's training resonated with you, this community is your next step to becoming a more connected, calm parent. Click the link below and let's end sibling conflicts together. I'm here to hold your hand. And remember, when you join today, you will also get instant access to the Sibling Harmony Toolkit, conflict resolution scripts, emotional intelligence activities, neuroscience-backed tools, weekly recorded conscious parenting training so you can watch them in your own time. You're going to get downloadable resources, direct access to me for your parenting questions. Weekly, I go inside the community and answer your questions. And an exclusive support community walking this path with you. Don't miss out on such a low price, but such a high value community that I think every parent needs. Subscribe for more weekly videos. I dropped new video every Thursdays. Don't miss it. Subscribe now. And I would love for you to drop a comment. What's the hardest part of sibling conflict in your home right now? I really want to know. You're not doing this wrong, parents. You're raising a generation with heart. And I'm so honored to walk beside you. Lots of love.